we use emptiness to overcome our anger. Yeah, I want you to try that for the next year. Use emptiness. So when we use awareness and emptiness, so when anger arises, then we look for it. Okay, I'm angry. The first step that maybe that you have to make sure you have is the wish to overcome anger as it arises. Very difficult. When we're angry, especially, no one can tell us, right? And if you do have partners, don't tell them when they're angry. It's the most annoying thing in the world. When you're angry, if someone's angry and go, oh, you're angry. It's like, the first thing to do is go, no, I'm not. Isn't it? No one likes to be told they're angry. You don't, I don't, no one does. Don't do it. It's to recognize yourself, right, I'm angry. And it's like, right, I have to recognize that this is poison. It seems like it's right, it's not. Now, where is it? Is it in the other person? Is the other person doing something inherently to make me angry? Helpful to have an image, to remember the story of the Buddha when the person spat in his face and was raging at him, and the Buddha's just like, and so actually when he spat in his face, the Buddha said, do you have anything else to say? And it's, what a king. So someone spitting in your face doesn't make someone else angry. If you can look into our Dzogchen lineage masters, someone hitting them in the face with a cattle prod and knocking their teeth out doesn't make them angry. So if someone comes in the room and starts speaking what you're watching TV, it's not a cause for you to be angry from its own side. It's a contributory factor, but you can just imagine, and this can be helpful if it works. If it works, if it doesn't work, then it's not helpful. You just imagine you're sitting next to Buddha. And then you can ask him, go, is this making you angry as well? And what do you think he's going to say to you? It's like, grow up. That's also helpful. It's like, oh, and you realize how childish you are, right? And the self-grasping mind is such a baby. We can shame ourselves every now and again. It's like, oh my God, I'm such a baby. Oh dear. Reminds me, let me finish on why, I mean, I do have to say, so the root of the anger, maybe you can watch this, hopefully it's making sense, but I would say the root of the anger is, we can use this beautiful myth. You must be aware of it, Adam and Eve. Yeah? We're thrown out of the Garden of Eden for a sin that we don't really know we were committing as we committed it. We're not sure why we're out of God. Why am I out of God, isn't it? Everything's all God. Why is God making me go through this? I didn't do it. I didn't know what I was doing. Why? It's the root of anger. And then we have to understand the growth of the ego and the child. So the child is in the mother, yeah? Just at one. And then slowly, slowly, the child separates, yeah? From feeding on the breast to then, say, like the aeroplane going into the mouth. So then, what does the child do after a while? The child is, give me that spoon. Isn't it? Give me that spoon. Let me do it. Let me do it. Yeah? This is the root of our ego. It's like, what we want both worlds. We want God to support us completely, and we want to do everything ourselves without losing our identity. So when God actually comes down, and this happens to a lot of seekers, when grace actually comes, when that profound blessing comes down, we go, no. We might have been seeking for years, we might have been meditating, go, I want to experience God. When it comes, we're like, no, give me the spoon. That's the root of where we're still at. We don't want to lose me. We cherish that. We feel that's our survival instinct. And we project that to be spiritual is we will be like a kind of mindless, gibbering, kind of almost like homeless, incapable of feeding ourselves or clothing ourselves again. I have no sense of self. Right? Which is connected to this. Our sense of unity is when we were a baby. So it's very helpful to understand these kind of roots of anger and the roots of our independence, that we don't want to give up that self-identity. We don't want to be a servant of the divine will. We do, as long as it's me. Yeah. So, okay, so it's recognizing acceptance and non-acceptance and trying to go deeper into ourselves. And if we're following the path of the Buddha, you are trying to investigate if I'm talking shit. Yeah, it's not when it's going, oh, okay, that was an interesting thing you said. Seems that, there's other people here who might agree with it. No, I'll go and let's see if it's true. Are these things true? Do these things, first of all, do they make sense to me? Sounds reasonable. Actually kind of rings some bells. Now I'm going to look. Yeah. This is the Buddhist element. And again, the Buddha is unsurpassed for this freedom of experimentation in your path. What did he say to, he's very harsh to Ananda. He said to Ananda, if you practice because you love me, I won't accept you as a disciple. Oh, it's so freedom-based, right? There's a lot of faith and stuff, but it's just like, you must be your own refuge. You must discover it for yourself. Don't just believe it. This is Buddha's like, don't just believe it.